And there were emotional scenes at Waitangi this morning as more than 1,000 people gathered before dawn for the opening of a new museum which honours Māori involved in conflict here and overseas. Te Rau Aroha was built with the Provincial Growth Fund. Te Aniwa Hurihanganui and videographer Simon Rogers were there.
Towering poles stand at the gateway of Te Rau Aroha, the country's first museum which recognises the role Māori played in the First and Second World Wars, as well as wars fought in New Zealand. Hundreds gathered at the Waitangi Treaty grounds to see inside for the first time, many overcome with emotion as they heard stories about the Māori soldiers. Among them was Robert Bom Gillies, one of only 2 surviving members of the 28th Māori Battalion, who received a special welcome alongside Willie Apiata VC. The Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern acknowledged their service and the sacrifices all Māori soldiers made when they enlisted.
In Te Rau Aroha, we honour the spirit of all those who, without the pressure of conscription, willingly took up arms for their country, many making the ultimate sacrifice. We acknowledge the challenges Māori faced in asserting their rights to equality in military service, especially during the First World War.
It was the Ngāti Porou leader and Māori MP Sir Apirana Ngata who said in 1940 that Māori involvement in war was a necessary price to pay to achieve equality and joint citizenship with Pākehā. And war came at a great cost for Māori. The Māori Battalion's casualty rate was nearly 50% higher than all other New Zealand battalions. Rawson Wright, the president of the 28th Māori Battalion A Company Association, says seeing Te Rau Aroha come to life was both humbling and heartbreaking.
I stood by my father, Ross Wright. His name is Rawson Ross Wright, and he's on the end wall. So as people were coming in, they were chatting away, and you could see the emotion, the tears of sorrow, the tears of joy, and the excitement that's going to come from, and the kōrero that's to come.
One of the museum's main exhibits is Te Whare Maumahara, a place to remember. Portraits of men from Northland who served in the battalion's A Company line 2 of the room's walls. One of those men is Solomon Tipene, the father of Waitangi National Trust Chair Peter Tipene.
All I know is that he sort of talked tongue-in-cheek that he had toured the world and been to 24 different countries. But then he said that he saw those 24 countries through a slit in the carriage on the train. I just hope that this museum, and I think it will, be a place where our people can come and talk with others and wānanga and learn about their own direct connections to the Māori Battalion, or any conflict for that matter where Māori were involved.
Sergeant Lee Albert says their legacy paved the way for her to join the armed forces too.
Just for all Māori, I think it's a great representation of where we as a nation started from. I mean, when the battalion first stood up, it was to be equal, to be considered equal citizens. And now I'm a female Māori in a modern day military because of them.
The name of the new museum, Te Rau Aroha, was the name originally given to this truck behind me. It was completely funded by native schools and sent overseas to the Māori Battalion during the Second World War. It was here where Māori soldiers gathered to eat kai and spend time with one another as they traversed many countries over many months. Jacinda Ardern says it was considered a taonga or treasure to them and is a fitting name for the new museum.
The decision to name this new museum Te Rau Aroha was unanimous. Like the truck, the name is a taonga, and is fitting for this new whare on one of the greatest taonga that we have in Aotearoa, the beautiful Waitangi Treaty grounds.
While the museum encompasses a whole range of conflicts Māori fought in, the 28th Māori Battalion hold a special place. Their stories and faces displayed almost everywhere you look. Ms Ardern says their legacy will forever live on.
clouds drifting by into the deep blue sky.
Mo te hōtaka o te ahiahi, ko te Aniwa, Hurihanganui, aho.